Okay, I've already pressed it, so
Okay,
we're recording.
So,
Okay, so I'm Taha Zahid,
and I'm Dylan Kwan.
and today we'll be talking about whether or not people passively accept certain boundaries or subjects or rules in society and in their personal lives.
Yeah, pretty much the Doctor Strangelove scenario.
Yeah, what was the line that you said?
How we stopped how we stopped
How we stopped worrying
Worrying.
about the bomb and learned to love it. Is
something
like
like that.
that.
Yeah.
A thing like
Yeah,
that.
paraphrase close to that.
That's kind of what we're talking about.
And so I guess I want to start it off by saying let's kind of frame it in something more kind of grounded, something that everyone is, I guess, used to. And it's funny that you used to, because should we be used to it? And I think I want to start like government and bureaucracy, that we kind of fall into the boundary of when we're born. We're born.
You mean
into
that
society.
things take time and need to be organized?
Is that what bureaucracy is?
I think that's what bureaucracy is a symptom of. I don't.
So do you think if it's faster, bureaucracy would change like completely? Because you're saying it's because it's too slow, right?
No, I'm saying that it's bureaucracy is established in order to provide organization and structure. It's because we have a system that we think works, and we're trying to take new information and kind of carve it out to fit into that system.
But does it work? There was that whole thing recently.
It kind of works. I don't know if it doesn't absolutely. It's not perfect though, is why.
Right. So there's that thing recently about the whole VA, the government VA, and how the veterans assistance does everything by paper.
Mm-hmm.
And it takes like 8 to 10 years for Marines applying for health benefits now. To get anywhere, right?
Yeah.
Because they lose papers and whatnot, or it's just a mess.
Yeah. I agree that it's. I'm not saying that bureaucracy leads to perfect systems. It just leads to systems.
Right.
Nothing we do is perfect. We used to not have technology, but haven't updated, so they're more imperfect, or they're not maximally perfect in, not the ideal sense, but in like the actually possible sense.
So long-winded answer of saying, yes, speed does affect.
Yes.
This process,
Yeah. Speed
highly.
does. Yeah.
So say it's like the fastest thing, right? Faster than even injuries are, I guess. To it's all programmed into a digital kind of system, mainframe. It's all organized, standardized. What does that do for government then? Does it autonomize government? I think it does, right?
And not unless you have very smart programs that can determine and evaluate things, I would say no.
Right. So whose job is it to make these smart programs or design them? IT people, right?
Yeah, I mean, I guess not just them. You also have to talk to like doctors, nurses. If you're talking about specific, like whoever's involved with the rest of that system. So say you have some really smart programmer writing up a code to organize like immigration forms or something. You should work with the people at the immigration offices who actually talk to the people.
No, yeah, that's true. So you have all these people from all these different backgrounds now, but not enough, I guess, programmers or coders to distribute this kind of upgrade, really, to people.
I don't know. We might just not have put enough funding into it, or that might just not be something on the agenda.
That sucks. That funding is holding back technology.
Yeah, but that's just a part of life.
Is it though? I think
it's a part of life as is now and has been forever.
Right, but it's I think resource based, right? Is
yeah.
And now that I think, because I don't think it's time based really.
What is it again?
Progress.
Progress.
Yeah.
No, I mean you can't exclude time from it. Time is always going to be necessary because everything takes time. Even updates, everything takes time.
Right.
Not just updates. I mean like handing something to someone takes time. So it's like a speed. It's resources is some function which takes resources into account and produces progress, which is like change over time or
So-
beneficial change over time.
So do you think we can, in that sense, since government is primarily is bureaucracy, right? A system
In
that
large
we've
part,
set up.
yeah.
It doesn't need any thought behind it, technically, right?
Government?
Yeah, it can kind of, if we're all kind of inputting into this machine, into this system,
Even if we all just like,
what if it was a machine, right? And it just kind of autonomously kind of ran as we added more parts to it.
I mean, the kind of intelligence that that machine would have to have, I would almost say it's a person. Because it would have to be able to evaluate opinions. Like, I want experts to be able to handle things and
Right,
look at things.
right.
The whole point of a human expert evaluating stuff is that he can evaluate certain human aspects, like subjective happiness about a decision, the enjoyment of being able to choose things. You know, it's like, I don't know if we can program a machine to calculate those things
I
formally.
think you can. Watson?
We probably can.
You saw
but-
you saw Jeopardy, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Watson.
yeah.
Like that pretty much calculates data and then computationalizes it.
It
splits
gives you
up,
no. It gives you
and
simple
then-
answers though. It gives you factive answer. It doesn't give you evaluations. Evaluations are a lot harder. Things like, is that what should be done? That's like a really hard thing to evaluate. We as humans can't even do it, and we're no infinitely. Well, not infinitely, but we're like much more complicated than that program is.
I would say. I don't know. I debate. No, because so all these people, right, can exist and do exist to a certain degree on this kind of digital database, right? Everyone, and it has all this collective memory of like all of you, or not all of you, obviously.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
A majority of.
I mean, we
your-
can even say
your
like
majority
all of my
you.
thoughts, beliefs, desires, etc. are in this machine, and it can, like all the propositions which represent these thoughts, beliefs,
Right.
desires, etc. are in the machine.
Right.
And it has that for everyone and everything. Now we have to ask: can it still make evaluative decisions? Like, what ought I to do? What ought to be done in like this situation?
What level are you talking about? On like a kind of objective level or a subjective level? Like a
Of ought? Is it a subjective ought or
No.
objective ought?
yeah.
Either. On a subjective ought, I would say that it probably could, because it could probability weigh and utility weigh all of the desires and everything and beliefs. On the objective ought, no.
I think
don't
I
think
think
it could.
we'd still do the subjective at least, but what
Yeah.
humans can do, but better, more accurate. So in that sense, I mean, it's
I
still
mean,
not objective.
I
but
want to
it's-
say
it's-
humans can get at. And when I say objective, I mean ideal.
Yeah.
I guess I don't mean
Yeah, I don't
objective as in the factive truth
Oh, then
of morals or something.
okay, then I would say objective.
Oh, I don't know if there is an objective moral truth.
No. I would say objective in the sense that like the ideal.
Ideal. Yeah. I think there's an ideal, but that I don't know how you could get a machine to do that. Get a machine to
Well, it's kind of based
project a
on
best
majority.
possible situation. I don't know, because majority can be wrong, so I don't think that's a good evaluation. I don't think experts are right either. I don't see a good way of getting at the. But this is like a large problem. This is something that we as humans face with other humans.
Right. But unfortunately, with humans, right, we can't kind of ratio out every aspect of our intelligence, all of our synapses and happening in our brain, like billions of them. We can't ratio and kind of rationalize them when a computer can.
I mean, if you're just saying like this is a purely ideal, like there's no way we can create this computer. Yeah, I mean, I could
would
imagine
say
a computer.
Watson can.
I don't think Watson can. No. I mean, I don't know enough about Watson, but from what I saw on the Jeopardy thing, it just was able to understand language, filter through knowledge, and produce the correct answer. It wasn't able to say, what I should do today is
No.
work on my
But
my.
the programming inside determined what answer he should pick, because he had to choose what answer he had to pick, right?
Yeah, but the answer was like multiple choice rather than open ended.
Well, he condensed all these answers down to these multiple choice. And,
Yeah.
So
I mean, and that's not what I don't think that's what humans do. I don't think we work off of multiple choice. I think we have, like, there isn't an answer that we are aware of, and we have to figure out the answer. I think that's a much more complicated
no,
task.
I think humans do work on a determined multiple choice, like
Roughly something, like
yeah,
some
like-
complicated
yeah.
multiple choice.
No, but
Yeah.
same sort of like Watson does in that sense. The percentage rate is higher for one thing than it is for other things. Like, he had 3 answers, and one was like 95%, the other one was like 3%, the other one was 2%. For us, it's like if you say like, oh, should I go out and murder somebody today? No. Maybe. Yes.
No, that's determining the weight of each answer. Like, what is the likelihood that any given answer is right?
Which is a ratio.
It is, but it's not the ratio I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is, should this be one of my choices or not? Is this one of my choices?
Which to get there, you would have to ask another yes or no question.
You might. It might just be like, there might just be a very complicated multiple choice system that humans go through, but I want to say that there's time. So Hume gave this example. This is something I don't know if a computer can do. No, I mean it can technically. So, but
you make a matrix. Pretty
no,
much.
no. This is the example I'm going to give. So Hume said that he asked if humans could imagine a new color, or imagine a color that they've never seen before, and what he said was like, let's take this for example. There's a bunch of tiles, all of different shades of green, and one of the tiles is missing, and you've never seen that shade of green before, ever. Could you imagine this new shade of green? And he says, yeah, I could. I don't know if a computer could do that. Like,
well, so he said, yeah, he could, right? But that could be completely erroneous. Like, humans have that tendency. Like, that's what's interesting about humans, is we have the tendency to forget, and we have the tendency to, like, not be aware. We can, and I don't know if it's a flaw or, a positive. I think it's both, really, right?
Can be either.
It can be either. Thanks.
No. I was agreeing with you.
Oh.
Sorry, I was just saying.
Yeah. My English no good. And so, really, it goes back to wait. Sorry, can you put me on track? I just lost it a bit.
Yeah. I'm trying to bring back to our original question as to
Yeah.
whether or not we have assumed boundaries. I mean, one way we could bring it back is to say that any one of our opinions is taking in assumed boundaries. Like, that's the point. Like, so Levi Strauss he was in this school called structuralist thought, and what he said was that, I told you about this guy last time, right?
You did.
Yeah, and so one of the things that he said was that we're born into systems, and we adopt these systems, and we live by these systems and beliefs, and they're fundamental to us, and we take them to be like necessarily true or unquestionably true, or we assume them into our belief sets, but we don't ever question them. And he said that, like, he was able to question them because he was in this, like, heaven of science or rational thought.
He was kind of focusing it from up down, right? That's what.
Yeah. He had a hierarchy of more biased and less biased. And the least biased was scientific rationality. So I agree with him that there is this kind of assumed set of beliefs that we are taught and which become ingrained in us, and that we don't realize that we believe these things, or that we act as though these things are true. Like, if you and I mean, I believe